Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. I am Yewande Falian. I am a certified executive leadership coach. And in a prior lifetime, I was a McKinsey consultant and a Morgan Stanley VP. And I love to talk about all things leadership, whether it's mindset, performance, skill sets. And today's show is all about confidence, which is no doubt critical to leadership. So, what we're going to talk about today is what is confidence when it comes to leadership, and how might your lack of confidence specifically be holding you back? Because we all know it intuitively, but then almost don't know what to do about it, right? Okay. So, let's start with some things that you might hear, right, about confidence. You've either got it or you don't, right? Or it is easier to feel confident when you have external validation. Who doesn't want to hear someone else say, you know what, you're pretty good at that? Sometimes I also hear that the secret to confidence is building more knowledge, right? Which makes sense. And if you believe these statements, either consciously or unconsciously, you wouldn't be alone. Because these common beliefs, which I often like to refer to common beliefs as limiting beliefs about confidence, are, well, common. So, what I'd love for you to do is pause for a moment and think about a recent time when you felt super confident. So, you were completely on top of the world, nothing could stop you. You walked into a room, into a situation, in front of someone, and you felt 100% confident, more confident than you remember feeling for a long time. So, now specifically think about what was it about you that created that confidence? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident did you actually feel? Right? 1 being you basically wanted to disappear into a hole, and 10 being you absolutely ruled the world. If you haven't done that, actually do that because it's important. Okay. Once you've done that, now think about a recent time where you felt totally unconfident. Maybe again in a situation, in a decision that you had to make, referring to trying to achieve a specific goal. And then what was it that made you feel uncomfortable and unconfident in that situation? How would you rate yourself on that same scale of 1 to 10? All right. So, what do you believe, right? Reflecting on those two things, what do you believe would need to happen for you to feel as confident in scenario two as you did in scenario one? Again, typical answers that I hear include I don't know. I've always doubted myself in situations like that, right? Scenario two may be a recurring situation where you just naturally don't feel confident, right? And it just happens. It could be in front of very senior people. It could be when you are advocating for yourself, right? Negotiating a new job role, negotiating salary. We all love to talk about money, right? It could be standing in front of a stage of hundreds of people. You may be saying to yourself, I don't know. I've always doubted myself and felt less confident in those situations. Another common thing that I hear, if I learn more and build my skill sets in that area, I'll feel as confident or maybe even more confident in a similar situation. So maybe situation one, right? It was you were doing something that you'd done millions of times before. You knew you had the skill set, you knew you had the experience, you knew you had the expertise, and therefore you were able to walk into that situation feeling 100% confident. And maybe scenario two was one that was a little bit more unfamiliar to you, the situation that was new, one that you hadn't experienced before, right? It would make sense that you're feeling less confident in those situations. So naturally, if you were able to build your skill sets, right, you may think, well, I feel more confident. And then the third that I often hear is feedback would help. And then I hear, what do you think? Because we love validation from other people, as I said earlier, right? When we hear someone go, great job, you're awesome at that, you're great at that, you're a great communicator, you're wonderful at, analytics, what you did created value and it created impact. Naturally, we feel more confident, right? So maybe scenario one, you got a lot of praise, and you felt confident that you would get good feedback on that. Whereas scenario two, the feedback was a little bit more lackluster, right? You didn't get the same amount of feedback or praise that you were hoping for or necessarily thought that you would get. Again, it makes sense to assume that confidence lies in some external thing like knowledge, like skill sets, like other people's opinions, because that's often the way that we're taught to progress in school, right? In university, early on in your career, it's all about gaining more knowledge, building your skill sets, finding out what other people think so that you can improve yourself. And these are all great things to do, right? It's important to build your knowledge. It's important to build your skill sets. It's important to understand where you're having an impact, and you can do that by getting feedback. Also, when you think back to where you were your most confident, again, memories of you sharing your expertise and getting praise for a job well done probably come to mind. But I ask you this: how true is it that the most effective senior leaders in a room, right, who often look like the most confident, how true is it that they're always the most knowledgeable, most skilled person on every single topic? The answer is they are often not. On the contrary, the role of very senior leaders and executives and top management is pretty much dictates that they are most likely not the expert in the room, right? Because if they were, they would be doing all this stuff, right? That's why they have their CFO, they have their CMO, they have their CSO, and all the other people working for them. So, how do they stay confident in those situations? These, what I call limitless leaders, have confidence despite not knowing everything, despite not necessarily even having the skill set in every single area, and despite not always getting praise in every single moment. Anyone can feel confident when they are in a familiar setting, surrounded by people who think they're great while sharing information that they are experts on. What makes limitless leaders truly exceptional is their ability to feel true confidence in the presence of uncertainty, in the presence of challenges, with a lack of knowledge, and sometimes even with criticism or people kind of giving them less than, fully praised feedback. And with this confidence, they can lead anybody, even those who are more senior, more knowledgeable, and perform at their peak and achieve greater impact and success because their confidence is not tied to all those external things. So, what is the secret sauce to consistent confidence that these limitless leaders use? So, there are two things that the limitless leader believes and knows when it comes to confidence. The first, true confidence is internal, not external. And therefore, it is 100% within your control and their control. The second thing is that you can create a confidence strategy for yourself to systematically and consistently feel confidence in every single situation, regardless of what's going on, regardless of how comfortable you're in that situation, regardless of how many times you've been in that situation before, regardless of knowledge, skill sets, again, feedback, right? You can create a confidence strategy for yourself systematically and consistently. The road to relinquishing self doubt and gaining that inner confidence is no difference to finding a strategic solution to a business problem. We often think that they're different, right? We go, I have to build a skill set. I need to get better in Excel, right? Who doesn't want more Excel skills? And you go, well, there's a course I can take where I can learn the tools and techniques to become an expert in Excel, right? You may even be able to Google it and find a course. But we think that confidence and other mindset sort of skills are things that we either have or we don't, or that are tied to external factors. That is not the case. So I'm going to repeat that again. The road to relinquishing that self doubt and gaining that inner confidence, which limitless leaders have, it is no different from finding a strategic solution to a business problem. It is no different from building a skill set like you would a hard skill, such as becoming better at Excel. So let's follow the lead of these limitless leaders because they kind of know what they're doing. Choose to shift your mindset from the common, i.e., limiting belief that confidence is a fixed feeling controlled by external factors. Instead, shift into a leadership mindset where you believe that confidence is fully within your control, right? Because it comes from inside, not outside, so that you can develop a strategy that sets you up for exceptional success. So main takeaways, again, confidence is not something that you gain externally. That's based on your knowledge or other people's opinions. True confidence comes from within and it's 100% within your control. So time to shift that mindset. If you're tired of letting that self-doubt hold you back and you're ready to take control and create your own unique strategy, right? Your own unique confidence strategy to achieve your inner confidence, shoot me a DM with the word confidence in LinkedIn. Always love to hear from you. And I'd be happy to share more if you'd like to learn more and actually move forward in terms of actions. Thank you so much for your time as always. I'm here every Wednesday or most Wednesdays at this time. Look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you so much. Stay confident, stay energized, and stay focused. Speak soon. Bye.